Yes, yeah, and the signs. You know, there was this person in Wilton Manors that had this chef kind of cooking thing, and there were signs all over Wilton Manors. I'm really happy to see those go the way of the wind.
Some people were very upset. People took signs out of their yards last night. I'm like, well, at least the election's over, so it's
yeah,
yeah.
For history. And Power, you're still off social media, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't missed you at all.
As we can tell by the way you're asking me.
Mm-hmm. Has to ask, confirm if you're still there.
You know, your surrogates have done a really nice job for you. Well, good evening, America, and welcome to It's Happening Out, the world's most popular live gay television show, and it's 8 p.m. Wednesday. What day is this? Is this
November 4th?
This is November 4. Yeah. All right. It's election day plus one. Man, do we have some things to talk about.
Oh, boy.
I'm your host and moderator, Al Ferguson, and welcome, America. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to be entertaining. Power, you're going to be fun and entertaining. Well, we'll do the best we can. Right, exactly. So thank you for joining us, and it's time to get started with It's Happening Out. Let's start by meeting our host tonight, as we always start. First up, Bravo TV and Top Chef reality star, Chef Josie. She owns the famous restaurant Bubbles and Pearls. Good evening, Josie.
Good evening, everybody. What's going on? This is the most amount of energy I've been able to muster the entire day. I hope you appreciated that, okay?
Exactly, America. We tell you, we're all dragging on empty. We got a little gasoline put in just about 5 minutes ago. This is Power Infiniti. And he is the original host of It's Happening Out, and he is a hybrid DJ. Man, this is going to be a long day. Good evening, Power.
Good evening, Al. Good evening, children out there in TV land. Let's get this started, honey. We've got a lot to get into.
A lot to talk about, that's right. And this is Gordon Woodworth III. They are a Gen Zer and works for the LGBTQ charity Broward House and identifies as genderqueer and non-binary. They is also pagan. Welcome, Gordon.
Thanks, Al, and hello, comrades. I'm really looking at that map. I keep watching the results.
Yeah.
Looked at
You're one of those famous socialists that we've heard so much about here in South Florida, right? And this is David Hopkins. He's the creative inspiration at It's Happening Out, well known here in LGBTQ South Florida as a director for Lambda Men's Brotherhood charity. He will direct the Leather Mask Ball 15 at the Eagle Wilton Manors on November 27th. Welcome, Dave.
Thank you. And we've got this year's shirts just came out with artwork by local artist Chris Lopez, who's very well known, and we hope to see everybody there. It's for charity.
Excellent. So, good evening again, and you are watching the most popular live gay TV show in the world. So many of your stories, and a lot of them about what's going on in the world. Next on It's Happening Out.
This week on It's Happening Out. Join us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. It all starts right now, live on It's Happening Out.
Well, America, remember, we're live, and this is an unedited LGBTQ talk show. Anything can happen, and being the day that it is of election plus one day, anything could happen. And maybe we'll even cut in and say somebody won the election. Wouldn't that be fun? This is the world's most popular live gay television show. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and click the bell for updates on Facebook, like and share the video, and start a watch party. It's super easy. Here's how you do it. Watch this.
When viewing our live show in your app, please click share. After clicking share, your screen should change and you can then click watch party. On the next screen, you can write text to your viewing audience and then click start watch party. You've done it. Enjoy your party.
Well, let's begin tonight at It's Happening Out by dealing and jumping right into the news. And that is what we call breaking now. America is 50-50. LGBTQ America anxiously waits for a decision. Let me give you the current update that we have. CNN has the Electoral College position for Joe Biden in 253, for Trump 213. Interesting. Fox News and the Associated Press says the Electoral College for Biden is 264, 6 votes away, electoral votes away from being president of the United States versus Trump's 214. Still in play are Nevada, which are only about 8,000 votes apart, Pennsylvania, which are about 300,000 votes apart. Arizona, depending on who you go, CNN hasn't called it, Fox News has, for Biden. Georgia is about 100,000 votes away, and North Carolina is also about 80,000 votes away. So, quick assessments. What do y'all think about what's going on in our election of a lifetime?
Well, they still have about 113,000 absentee ballots to count in North Carolina, but they're saying they may not be able to get to that until the 12th. So North Carolina could easily swap to Biden, even though it's showing red right now.
That would be a miracle. I'm still very nervous because even if we're looking at the map right now, if Biden wins Nevada, he'll have exactly 270 votes. And with the Trump campaign already calling for recounts in certain states, I'm very concerned. Fascists never give up, and they don't take no for an answer. This fight is not over, and we're not going to be out of the woods until January.
What a difference a night makes. I mean, when I went to bed sometime this morning, when I went to bed this morning, the map looked totally different, did it not? I mean, it was red all over the place, and by about 9:30, the maps had already started to change with those mail-in votes and early votes coming in. But what I'm really disappointed in is the fact that, this election really shouldn't be this close. It really shouldn't be this close. This is a measure and a test of who we are as a nation and as a society. And, you have somebody that caged children. He sold out our soldiers. After 230,000 people were dead, the fact that the race is this close, like somebody said yesterday, this might be a political victory, but it's not really a moral victory. We're not seeing a repudiation of this ideology that is Trump, and that's a real shame.
I'm curious for all of you, what do you think about the news? Of course, we've lost Florida, for sure. But the shocking news of what happened in Florida is maybe the LGBTQ community wasn't as significant as we were hoping for. We don't have all of the numbers in on that yet. So we'll set that aside until we're ready to talk about that, because I'm sure we're going to. But what was surprising is what happened with the Latino vote in Miami-Dade County. The Cubans and the Latinos and the Latino vote just came out overwhelmingly, and the Democratic vote in Miami-Dade County didn't overwhelmingly come out, and perhaps there's some suggestion that black male vote was not very enthusiastic in Miami-Dade County. What do y'all think about what we watched there?
I don't think it's surprising at all.
Yeah, if
So
you're
I don't
from
know
South Florida.
why everyone keeps saying it's so surprising, because I lived in Miami and I've watched it progressively get more and more conservative over time, and most of the people there are evangelical Christians. Even though it's like the liberal place in Florida, there's still a lot of that, and a lot of Latinos for Trump were out and all over the place for the past few months. I just really wasn't surprised by that.
And when you combine it with the fact that polls are showing that 28% of the LGBT community voted for Trump, I mean, we turned on our own. Why do we expect other people to turn out to support us?
And I've grown up, I grew up in Hialeah, Florida, okay? I was surrounded. That's like Little Havana. That is Cuba here in South Florida. And, I grew up around Cubans, so I just never understand it. But I will say this, that's probably why I don't live in Miami-Dade County anymore, and why I do live in Broward County, because the Latinos showed up for the Democratic Party here in Broward County.
Yeah,
I wasn't surprised at all either. To me, it's what was surprising is that, especially like the Cuban votes, they seem to really reject. They ran away from a administration or a leader that was backed by communists, And here we have another leader that's basically backed by another communist, which is Putin. And let's not make any mistake about it. Putin, he might. Russia might not be a communist country, but Putin was an old KGB leftover from the communist era. He's as communist as they get even
Absolutely.
now.
Well, and I mean, Castro and Trump are
you
both
gotta-
backed by Russia. It's
I
like,
want to
That's why I said that.
I want to ask you, David Soundbite, still to be confirmed, and we'll talk about the real specifics, not tonight, as they start to unveil. But we're seeing early reporting that 28% of the LGBTQ community voted for Donald Trump. Does that shock y'all? If that number holds, would that shock you?
No.
It doesn't shock you?
No, because white people exist. I keep saying this on this show. White people exist. And
yeah, but they're not all white people.
Community.
That's the problem. That's a broad generalization, and there are black gays for Trump too in Wilton Manors that I know.
Yeah.
So
Well, they also don't really like Joe Biden because of his history with crime. And it's the same with Latinos. The Obama administration deported a bunch of people. It's just, to me, it just speaks to the tone deafness of the Democratic Party and their inability to take the temperature of the room with their own electorate.
It just goes to show that within every single group, within every single community or race, you always have those who will eat their own. I mean, you had it with blacks that cried over their plantation masters losing the right to own them. You saw it in the 1930s with Jews for Hitler, and yes, there was such a thing. You see it with gays for Trump. You see it with assholes for hemorrhoids. I mean,
You've been working on that all week, haven't you? That's good. That's an interesting. Let's bring the conversation to an end. Let's assume that Fox News. I love saying Fox News, Fox News, Fox News. Let's quote them as a source. 264 to 214. The only important number in the entire world is not any single vote. Biden's winning by more than 3 million. Pundits are suggesting that he is going to win the popular vote by even a greater margin than Hillary Clinton in 2016. But it doesn't matter. It's the Electoral College. The only thing that matters is 270, and Fox is saying 264. So let's do a quick flash poll as we close this. We're sitting here at approximately 8:12. I don't see an exact clock, but approximately 8:12 on Wednesday, November 4th, the day after the election. Is Biden going to win the election? When we come on the air next Wednesday at It's Happening Out, will Biden have won the election? David, yes or no?
no.
Josie?
Yes.
Power?
yes.
Gordon?
Yes.
All right, there you have it. 75% think that Biden is going to win the election. We're going to watch it closely. All right,
What do
let's
you
move
think?
out. Sorry?
What do you think?
I think Biden's going to win.
I think it's still going to be contested at that point.
But
Yeah, I think it's going to be contested too.
I think
We're
that
not out
too,
of the
but I
woods
think
yet.
Biden is going to be the next president of the United States. We shall see. Let's move out of our headlines on the elections that's going on right now. Let's try to have some fun and enjoy ourselves. Let's begin with the meme of the week. Now, I know nothing about this. Yesterday and today, we have all done a lot of stuff with Happening on Television Network, so I know lots of nothing that has to do. So let's do this meme of the week. I understand it's going to just run as video. All right, so let's run it. The gays showing up to the Civil War like...
Oh my God. No sustainability in our community.
That's
if you're
new.
going to do it,
Okay.
get in formation.
All right. It reminded me of Power's old days at South Beach. That's how he came down Ocean Drive frequently on a Saturday night at 3 a.m.
You know how hard it is to do that in heels?
That's how I walk out of public.
Out of public, exactly. All right, well, that's our meme of the week. Next, we're going to play our game Yes or No with I'd Swallow That. and I'm going to ask the host 4 questions. And if they agree, they're going to take a shot. If they disagree, they don't take the shot. If everybody is ready. And tonight, and I have Jack Fire in mine. I know Gordon does. We have vodka. We have various kinds of shots. We're doing it out of our red Solo because we're celebrating the fact that we're not celebrating, and we've been up for basically 35 hours. And so
What are you talking about?
It takes
we're
a full
getting
cocktail
down,
tonight, not
right,
just
Chef
shots.
Josie?
11 months.
Right. So we're just getting down and dirty and just drinking our drinks.
Red Solo
That's it.
cup.
All right. So everybody ready? Let's play I'd Swallow That. Question number 1. I am not happy with the election results so far.
Well, that's La Vodka.
Powers? Well, Power, I'm going to start with you. That's interesting. You're happy with the results so far.
Bitch, as long as Joe Biden wins, I'll be happy. Period. Point blank. I don't care if it's 270 to 269. As long as he wins, I'm happy.
Yeah. All right. Somebody else?
I'm not happy with it because it's too close. I think Trump and his crew are going to contest it as much as they can and try to get as much of it overturned as possible. I don't think January is going to be the end of this fight.
Let me ask you all really quickly, and before I move on to the next question, because I'm going to push this along. I think I can feel everybody's position. What did you think about the polls? They were so wrong.
They were wrong in 2016. I knew they were wrong in the beginning. I've been saying it this whole time. They've said that same thing about Hillary in 2016.
I think the only people surprised by the results versus the polls are Pelosi and some of the Democrats in Congress, but they're so out of touch with reality, it's not surprising.
Yeah.
I'm like, who are you polling? Because I wasn't polled.
I kept saying on social media, fuck them polls. The only polls that matter are the polls on election night. I was not about to get bamboozled again like I was in 2016.
Yeah.
And that was part of the problem is they made us too comfortable in 2016. They're like, oh, Hillary's going to win. She's going to win.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
Well, let's move on to I'd Swallow That question number 2. And this is my favorite one. This is going to be my favorite thing in the entire show tonight. I'd swallow that. Question number 2. Power Infiniti removing himself from Facebook means Al won the bet. Shame Dinner 2020 is going to be delish.
Sorry to turn on your power.
Josie, Gordon, where are
Josie,
y'all on this?
I thank Josie and Gordon for standing with me. Okay.
Wait, this is a statistical 50-50 tie, just like everything in America.
No, it wasn't because there's 3 of us having against the 2 of you. And I'll take a half a shot because that the dinner is going to be delish.
Delish. Oh, you did.
In Power's defense, you did not define.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
But if you
Wait,
remove yourself from the game,
Did you just say that Power Infiniti took a page out of the Republican Trump playbook?
Absolutely.
No.
Because it
Listen,
works.
listen,
That's something
according
y'all
to-
Democrats need to realize. It
Right.
works.
You have to understand, according to Judge Judy, when you enter into a contractual agreement, that's called letter of the law.
Right.
And nothing said that I had to be on social media. All that was said was that I had to be in Facebook jail. I'm not. Thank
You're
you,
not.
So
Smart rat.
asks you
Smart
All
rat,
right,
Al.
fine.
I know a
fine.
great
I'll
lawyer
accept
named
that
Barbara Warren
definition.
Lawley.
What
Should we
that
call her?
means is when I come back in 2024, I'm going to roar back in 2024 and figure out how to win. I'm going to figure out how to win. Dinner is going to be delish, and I've got a feeling I'm going to get the ass whooping of my life. All right, let's continue in I'd Swallow That. Question number 3. It's not too early to say Pete Buttigieg is the future first gay president. It's not too early. Okay, let's go to our Gen Z.
My eyes are going to
contrarian.
roll out of my head, you guys. He's not ever going to be president. He's never going to be president. First of all, I know everyone's excited because he's young and gay or whatever, but all the young people that are going to be voting in the next 4 years don't support him. He doesn't support anything we stand for. He's a neoliberal.
see,
Sorry.
he's not even a liberal. He's a moderate. But that's the problem is, I think that's what lost us our congressional seats, is people were so worried about going low when they go high instead of actually talking across the aisle and being able to understand your opponents. And that's what the Republicans railed against.
We like to play in this game, but here is really the issue that this question exposes. It really does expose, how do we get to some middle to be able to attract more out of the red R's, to the blue Dems?
Yeah, everybody's so my way or the highway that it's
I agree with you, but
I personally, I'm going to just jump right in here and say this whole two-party system sucks.
Yes.
Agree. And I'm going to say it now, I'll say it again. And maybe when I was running for mayor, I didn't say that loud enough. And just in case I ever decide to do this one more time, now you know.
Josie, you're still the mayor of my heart.
Did Josie just say, hold my hair?
Yeah.
But you guys are missing the point of what I'm trying to say here.
Oh no, wait. I'm not even talking about you, Gordon. That really had nothing to do with you. But the reality of it is this, is that, we need to be able to have more choices. People need to step up and understand the process and be a part of this, this process of electing leaders in our community to help move our society forward. This is not about either or. I coach that everywhere in my life. It's not an either or conversation. This is about creating possibility. And so what does possibility look like in politics? It looks like more choices. And I just think that it's time for us to step out of this wanting to turn anyone red or blue and just let's move forward.
All right.
And the place to start with that's
Final
Congress.
thoughts, and anybody want to add?
Yeah, I agree with everything that Josie just said. The two-party system is trash, and it doesn't represent the American people at all. But the problem I'm trying to point out is this is the repeated problem of the Democratic Party, is that you're picking somebody that moderate Democrats like. It doesn't appeal to the base of the party, and that's why tonight the election is so close, because the base of the Democratic Party isn't really into Joe Biden.
Gordon, for all of our listeners, just something to digest. Do y'all remember when Trump was saying how unfair Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren was being treated?
Yeah,
The reason
right.
is it was election bait. He wanted Bernie Sanders no matter what.
'Cause
The
he knew he'd win.
playbook got implemented in Miami-Dade County so they could say you're a socialist/communist 10,000 times. If Bernie Sanders would have been the nominee, tonight what we're watching at 264 according to Fox wouldn't even be
Trump
close.
would have won by landslide.
By a landslide. A landslide. It's something that we haven't come to grips with yet. Let's move on to question number 4, and I'd swallow that. LGBTQ rights, regardless of what's going to happen, are going to get worse in the next 4 years. Some optimism there. Power, what's your optimism about?
My optimism is about if Joe Biden wins, then we have hope that our rights are going to get better, because Joe Biden can pack them motherfucking courts, and then that way,
And it can finally say it.
That's right, and that way, whenever challenges come up in front of the Supreme Court or circuit courts, we at least have some hope, and that's what my hope is all about. That's why I don't believe that our rights are going to definitely get worse in the next 4 years.
Yeah, I won't spit out my shot because it's vodka and I don't waste that vodka. But I will say that last night, the voters of Nevada did ratify a constitutional amendment to protect gay marriage. It's the first state in the country to do so.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
I
they did.
disagree with what Power just said, because as I've been saying on all of the shows I've been on, what's more important in this race is the Senate. Even if Trump wins, if we had the Senate, that would be everything. And it's pretty clear the Democrats are probably not going to win the Senate right now.
We lost
So-
6 total seats.
So that means Joe Biden cannot, in fact, pack the courts, because you need Congress to do that, and he does not have Congress. So that's not
That's
happening.
right.
So,
That's
and-
right. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it now. But you do remember that we do have midterms. So right now the Senate has
Right,
gone.
but what
has-
happened last time we had a Democratic president and a Republican-controlled Senate?
Yeah.
They blocked him every bit of the way, and they ruined his presidency and took away a lot of what he wanted to do. The Mitch McConnell and the Republicans are going to keep doing that, and I don't.
Let Power
Again, that's right. However, my hope is that during the midterms we can flip that Senate and make it ours. And if that happens, then Joe Biden will be able to push forward many agendas, including packing the courts. He's there for 4 years, and a lot of them bitches are only there for 2 more before they're up for re-election.
Can I disagree with you just slightly? Over the next
you cannot.
You can say something. What's wrong?
Over the next 4 years, Barbados and Costa Rica are looking really, really great to me. All right, let's move out of I'd Swallow That, and let's catch up on some of the news that we call related to Hollywood and the world of entertainment, and talk about celebrity. Now, tonight's is a little strange because we're going to talk about the gay Christmas Hollywood recap. And we want to talk about some of the things that we saw. Halloween was last weekend. Does that already feel like 5 years ago, Halloween? It's like, this is November, what date is this? The 4th. And Halloween, October 31st, already seems so ancient. But there were a lot of interesting celebrity costumes. And there was also very interesting competition for Halloween pumpkin carving. Gay Christmas is Halloween, and was it everything you hoped for? We're going to show you some pictures as we talk about it, but what do you think in terms of the celebrity costumes that we saw and how social media exploded, especially on Lil Nas about being Nicki Minaj and his performance, and him becoming even more interesting when he started to read homophobes out left and right in social media, and then these pumpkins that you're seeing. What do y'all think about Halloween? What was your Halloween like?
Well, Wilton Drive was packed, which kind of made me nervous. So I ended up at a small house party a little bit and then spent the night with my boo. So it was kind of quiet Halloween for me.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I loved Halloween. It was nice to see everyone out, but like you, David, I was a little scared as well. Maybe though, with my force field and my previous
antibody power,
19
and a mask,
and a mask,
and a mask,
and I danced my ass off all night because I lost a friend, and well, this was a tribute to her, so I was dancing my ass off all night long with a mask on, and it was weird, surreal, and it was great. So I don't know.
There's
Halloween.
Nicki,
I didn't see any
Lil
of those
Nas.
interesting pumpkins, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, the pumpkin carving competition.
Oh my God, I love the
Sniffies.
Avatar.
It was
Cool.
amazing competition.
I had a
I'm so
mostly
ready
calm night, but I want to talk about Lil Nas for a second because I was so excited when I saw that he was dressed as Nicki Minaj and that he's so outspoken, because it's wonderful to not only have somebody who's able to speak and speak well and stand up to people, but he's also so hot. I just love him so much.
Power, what were you saying?
I'm so ready for Christmas already. I mean,
My tree's up at home.
Are those pussy willows?
this is what I got right now.
Are you dishing Halloween just out of the gate? Just totally. You went into it dishing, you're exiting it dishing.
And hopefully this will be the last time until next year. We only.
Oh, you're right.
That's what everybody dresses
Let's
as,
move
though.
into our next topic about RuPaul and RuPaul's dress.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
Did anybody dress up? What did you guys dress up as?
Yeah. Did anybody dress up? I did not.
I dressed up as Captain Spaulding from House of a Thousand Corpses because I had lots of clown makeup and nothing else.
I was a
dressed up as
celebrity
plague
chef
doctor.
from Top Chef.
Really? That was your costume? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
As the
wait,
on
Power,
TV.
you're going to tell me you dressed up as a DJ on a national circuit party, right? Right. That's
No,
I dressed
Power
up-
was dressed as the biggest celebrity in Lakeland, Florida, Dale.
I dressed up as a bitch in his pajamas going to bed, honey. That's what I did.
Child. And Gordon, did you wear a costume?
I dressed up as a plague doctor, and we had a little competition at work for costumes, and I won.
There you go.
Oh.
All right.
Wait, did you just clock us? Wow. All right. Let's move on out of the celebrity conversation that we've had this week. And we want to next thank some of our sponsors. First, we'd like to thank our sponsor of It's Happening Out, and that is the Best Western I-95. If you come to South Florida, this is absolutely where you want to stay. It's the closest to Wilton Drive and Wilton Manors. You want to go to the famous bars and restaurants, including Josie's at Bubbles and Pearls. This is where you stay. The Best Western, our host and guest of It's Happening Out and Happening Out Television Network are also staying here, and it is great. Happening Out Television Network is also proud to be broadcasting here in our permanent set in partnership with the Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church here in Fort Lauderdale, Walton Manors. We always joke this is the gayest place on planet Earth, and our support of their Sunday celebration is the largest LGBTQ religious broadcast in the world. As many as 33,000 people have watched their Sunday broadcast every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and it's completely live. We encourage you to tune in, and Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church. Watch this.
Treasurer on the board of directors at Sunshine Cathedral, and Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
And finally, a thank you to this set, courtesy of Concepto Modern, living here in Fort Lauderdale, for making this amazing experience here in this queer church campus possible. Next, we have the best thing of the week. And by the way, we need it this week. Regardless of what happens, this has been stressful and tiring and sleepless. And what we are going to show you, I haven't seen either. So let's watch what production says is the best thing of the week. Watch this.
Don't worry, they're gonna love you.
Oh my God, you mean it? Hey, Shoes, I thought y'all got lost or something. Daughter, did you put some kettle in the oil?
We didn't forget about you. Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Wow. I love it.
Well, isn't that a nice message? Race is important in America. LGBT acceptance in the Black community is important in America. What did y'all think about this commercial from Etsy? Any thoughts?
I love seeing acceptance. You know, I have been in interracial relationships and had people say racist stuff to me in the recent past. Our community is not as accepting as it should be, so it's great that these brands are stepping out.
Mm.
Yeah, and I think it speaks more so toward the Black community, because I've been very, very outspoken about this, even though some people don't like to hear what I have to say, but I don't give a damn. The Black community still has a ways to go before it comes to really acceptance of, you know, us in the LGBTQ community. And so this is a really positive message. I think it's really reinforcing what should be a thing of the norm, and it's good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other final thoughts before
I
we
just
move
love
on?
it. I was just going to say I love it because I love Etsy. I'm a pagan, and almost every pagan artisan has an Etsy shop, so I stand for Etsy. But I can't comment on what...
And that's the whitest thing you've ever said.
I'm sorry. I can't comment on what Power just said, though, but I'm hoping that things like this will lead to a little more unity between the Black community and the entirety of the gay community, because our struggle is the same.
Yeah, lovely observation. Let's move on to our segment that we call What's on Your Mind. Each week, I ask our host to tell us in just 30 seconds what is important to them this week. Remember, however, in just 30 seconds. So let's ask. First up, Power, tell us what's on your mind this week.
You know, I absolutely forgot that we had this segment, and I did not prepare a damn thing. So let me just rip off the top of my mind. 253 to 213 is what I'm watching right now. And this is a prime example of how every single vote counts. Every single vote counts. So let's cross our fingers and continue to pray that our man Biden wins this.
That's right. And David Hopkins, what's on your mind this week?
New beginnings. 2 weeks ago, my ex of 15 years passed away. That same weekend, I started a new relationship. Now we have the election, and our country's looking for a new beginning. It's very tumultuous right now, but I have hope for the future.
And Chef Josie, what's on your mind this week?
Well, what's on my mind this week, obviously, is an election. It's on my mind. I can't get it out of my mind until it's over. And although my bid here in Wilton Manors came to an end, I'm just so grateful for the entire experience and the process of it all. I can't wait to share it with other people so they too can be a part of the process, and we can all stand together and continue to contribute.
And Gordon, what's on your mind this week?
What's on my mind is also the election. And I think that, no matter what the results are going to be, we still have a hard road ahead. It's showing that the Republicans are probably going to retain their control of the Senate. So that means we have a hard road ahead in both our legislative and judicial branch. And I think that, gay rights are going to be a topic of conversation, and I'm concerned that my own marriage might be invalidated because of it. So because of that, I did want to say on the show at some point tonight that if you're in the South Florida area and you're looking to get married and you're gay, I'm a notary and I will do it for you for free. If you need help getting your affairs in order, getting your power of attorney, your living will, all that thing, if you need a notary, I'm here to do it, and I'll do it for free. You can reach me at queernotary@gmail.com. I'm mobilizing people all over the state, lawyers and notaries in my own network, because in the pagan community there's a lot of notaries. And if you're not in the state of Florida, go on notaryrotary.com to find a notary near you.
Thank you. That's an interesting message. And Gordon, if you wouldn't mind helping passing that for me, unless you're going to keep it all to yourself. We are going to, before we end the show, we're going to do Shag, Marry, Chop. Which I don't know who is in Shag, Marry, Chop. I give production a heads up there because I've looked ahead and I don't know. So heads up here is Jet's Pizza, and we want to introduce one of our sponsors. And I was hungry, so I've already eaten a slice of the pizza here from Jet's or two.
Ew.
It's wait, did you say ooh?
I'm a fan of Jet's
right. And Jet's Pizza has been with us for quite a long time. We thank them. There's Jet's all over the country, but if you come into South Florida, it is absolutely the pizza that you should eat. And we're all getting ready to have
a commercial and have half the shit eaten here.
Are you kidding? That's like the best advertising. Went so good.
Actually,
wait.
I'm not going to cover this. My cohort here, Chef Josie, has been gnawing on my pizza. That's who has eaten part of my pizza here today.
Yeah.
But that's all right. I'll finish it. No problem at all.
And she
All
knows
right.
what's good.
Exactly. Now we're going to we're going to finish the show tonight by playing our game Shag, Marry, Chop. Now this is very interesting because Power and I have done this show for over 2 years. And generally we know the frame of what we're going to talk about in different areas. This is the first time I've ever done this show because of all the stuff that we've been doing in the last 2 days because of the election. No sleep, implementation of stories, and trying to keep current with all of the news as it relates to our stories. And Chef Josie running for mayor. I have no idea who Shag, Marry, Chop is going to be. So I
love how I'm the only one who knows.
In faith, right? David will probably help me out. In faith, we're getting ready to show you who Shag, Marry, Chop is because I have absolutely no idea. So let's play our game, Shag, Marry, Chop. Here we go. Let's see.
These are sexy football players.
All right. Well, actually, David, help me. Yes.
Yes, we've got Saquon Barkley from the New York Giants, Julian Edelman from the New England Patriots, and Myles Garrett from the Cleveland Browns.
Now, first off, they all meet perfect profiles.
I mean, I get to pick them, so I pick my favorites.
Yes. Okay. Oh, this is why I don't know anything about it, because David has done this secretly.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, David, we're going to give you we're going to start with you because you already know who and what and where and when. Now, we remind you, America, the way we play this game is who would you shag and who would you marry and who would you chop? And most important, we want to know what you would do and why. It's the most interesting part. And so, David, let's start with you. Who would you shag?
Oh, I would start with Saquon Barkley as my shag, just because I've seen the full video that clip's from, and he's got perfect assets. I would marry Edelman from the Patriots because my family's from New England, and there's a part where he's eating the cheeseburger, and I'm a fat man, so that just like resonates with me. And I will reluctantly, chop the Cleveland Browns, but that's more because of the team than the player.
So that's kind of like if you are a resident of Alabama, you would completely reject them because they live in Alabama. Is that what you just said?
Kind of, yeah. It's Miles is damn sexy too, though.
Okay, and how do you pronounce that? Is it Saquon?
Saquon.
Saquon. Okay, interesting. I'm sitting here trying to decide who. I'm very tired, so now I'm enjoying this a lot. Josie, tell us who you would
All right,
shag.
so let me tell you, I'm shagging Julian Edelman. Everyone knows who he is. He's one of the hardest working players on the New England Patriots. That man is impressive. And if he plays football like he fucks, then we're good. Okay? And then
that's a Mary.
Yeah, I'm marrying Miles because hello, that is like
it doesn't
a
bother
whole
you.
snack.
It doesn't bother you that he's from Cleveland, like
I could care less. Just look at him. He looks like he could handle me. So there's that. And then I have to chop Saquon. Sorry, you look young and kind of egotistical, and I just can't do that kind of,
That's why I want to fuck him.
Yeah. And Power, your choices are? I bet I know what you're going to do.
Well, I'm actually going to shag Saquon.
Oh, he's beautiful.
He's very pretty.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, he's cutesy or whatever.
Whatever.
I don't have the names up here.
Julian from the New York,
New
or
England
Miles.
Yeah. So, yes, definitely going to marry Julian from the New England Patriots. I see the way he eats that cheeseburger, and he can eat me out the same way. And the other child, Miles, okay, I have to chop him because he actually looks like my father did when my father was younger. And it was kind of feel. He's dead.
Oh, sorry.
so he ain't looking no kind of way.
Power enjoyed that so
Way to
much.
kill my joke.
David's feeling like 7 inches tall, and Power's going, yes.
So I will have to chop Miles because they would feel incestuous.
All right. And Gordon, our Gen Zer, first off, do you shag, or do you marry, or do you chop?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So first of all, I am from the greater Cleveland area. So I was glad to hear you talk shit about Cleveland.
Yeah.
I like the town. They've got Claw, Cleveland Leather Awareness Weekend. I just don't like the sports team.
Yeah, so for me, I think I would shag Saquon because look at him. Mm-hmm. He obviously has plenty of energy. So yeah, now that all you tops are done talking, let me give you the other. So definitely Saquon. I think I would marry. Now go back because I don't know these men because I don't watch
Julian.
sports. So I would marry Miles for sure. Because that man plays on the Cleveland Browns, so he knows about commitment. He knows. But also, I will marry.
No matter what.
I will marry a stash any day.
Yeah.
With that shit, I want that rubbing on my hole. I don't care. And if I'm marrying, I'm gonna get to shag him over and over. So definitely him. And then I would chop Julian because he looks like every white model I've ever seen.
Oh my goodness, you're so wrong. Look at that. Well, that is our.
I'm all verklempt.
I'm sorry, Power. You were gonna say what?
I would climb his ass like a lemur.
I'm not looking to climb his ass though, so that's what I'm saying.
I'm not. First of all these top comments.
You're not the only bottom.
You damn right, bitch. Not at all.
Did you understand what he just told you, Gordon?
Yeah, I know. He's a girl. Look at him.
He's an aggressive bottom. Power's like, lay the fuck down. I'm climbing on.
All right. Well, that's. Wait, if this goes one more minute, it's going to become so inappropriate. YouTube is never going to allow us to broadcast, so I'm going to stop it here.
I was offended.
You're offended. Right, exactly. So I lost my train of thought because I was thinking of Julia. So we want to say goodnight to America. It's Wednesday, November 4th. We have lots to watch. We have lots to hope for. As we told you at the top of the show, we're sitting Fox News projecting 264 electoral votes for Joe Biden. He needs 6. He needs 6. He has a good combination still at play, including Nevada as a good possibility. We're watching Pennsylvania, we're watching Georgia, and we're watching North Carolina. Any of those 4, and he is going to be president of the United States. Full stop. So we say goodnight to you, and let's begin in our digital environment. Power has been so much more reserved tonight than I was expecting. Honestly, I thought about this a lot today. I thought that you possibly could just absolutely be a basket case. I am just fascinated in
Power's not on social media, so he's right with God right now.
I'm exactly. So I want to give Power the first opportunity for a good night message.
Well, I kind of want to dedicate my good night message to Josie and Gordon. First of all, Gordon, welcome to It's Happening Out. Gordon is my co-host on Gay Town Hall, which you guys can catch tomorrow night. And also to Josie, my heart. Josie, you have definitely inspired me. Your patriotism, your zeal, your passion, your drive, and your love for this community is really something that everybody should exemplify. And thank you so much for just being who you are and for doing what you do. And to all our viewers out there, continue to keep watching it right here, and It's Happening Out every single week. We'll be here. Take care.
Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock. And to good night message for David Hopkins.
Hey, good night, everybody. I am a officer of a local charity called Lambda Men's Brotherhood. We just announced yesterday we're starting a national initiative to provide teaching utilities for LGBT history for first and secondary schools, as well as homeschool. You'll be able to find out more on lmbftl.org. Starting probably tomorrow, I'll have the information up. We need your support to help raise funds to get this initiative rolled out to help our community learn and grow.
And first time ever on It's Happening Out, regular host doing a great job, our Gen Zer at Gay Town Hall tomorrow night, as Power said, at 8 o'clock. Gordon Woodworth III.
I just want to say to everybody on the left, whether you're a socialist or just a left-leaning person or even a left-leaning moderate, keep up the faith, keep your hope going, keep pushing. This is not over. We're not out of the woods yet. I keep saying it, but keep up the hope. And again, if you're gay in South Florida, Southeast or Southwest Florida, and you're looking to get married, I'm a notary. I'm an ordained minister with the Universal Life Church. I'll do it for you for free. Email me at queernotary@gmail.com. And again, I want to also bounce off what Power said and thank Josie for everything she's doing for our community. And Josie, I'm going to throw it at you because I'm going to keep asking you what's next, because young people like me are looking at you. What are you going to do next?
That is awesome. I love that. And before I say something in our final good night, I have to say, Josie and I have, in the 2 years that I've been down here, Josie and I have become really, really good friends. And beyond friendship, I admire and respect Josie. She has an amazing heart, and she has amazing commitment. And she started out as a reality star, but the least interesting thing about her is that she was a reality star. Full stop. So I have embraced, I've worn this mask all year long, this mask, celebrating her running for mayor. It really was of no consequence to me at all of whether Josie became mayor or not. It really wasn't, because her commitment to run for mayor, her first political office that she's ever run for in her life, was what was important, because it represents to all of us. Power says it beautifully, and in fact better than I can say it. She stood up for all of us in the gayest place on planet Earth. She didn't cross the finish line this time, But she tells you at the top of this show, in the first opportunity that she has since losing the election for mayor in the gayest place on planet Earth, oh, no, I'll be back. And that was the only other thing she needed to say. And lots of us will be right there with her to help her in whatever she decides next. So our final goodnight tonight is my friend, Chef Josie.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you guys, and then like in my true Chef Josie fashion, we're going to keep this light because the world is so heavy right now. And I hope that I brought a little bit of fun back into politics. But more importantly, I know that at the end of the day, what we did together was we continued to move the conversation forward. And that's winning to me. It was never the intention to just, take a title. And it's not an ego-driven desire or calling that I heard. It's about moving our community forward. And I hope that in my effort that there was a little bit of inspiration for you out there watching and for you thinking that things are just not going right in your communities. Now is the time for you to take action. This is your call. So thank you for watching every Wednesday night. Thank you for everyone who supported my campaign and for my friends here on It's Happening Out. And the work is not done. So let's get to work, people.
So our final goodnight is to say we're watching 270. We're 6 electoral votes away at almost 9 o'clock on November 4th. So we'll watch it closely. We hope next Wednesday we're going to be able to celebrate and all of us have a glass of champagne to say, job well done. But even if we don't, we have lots of work to do for the next 2 years to midterms and for the next 4 years. And we are going to be a united community. And that's what It's Happening Out is all about. We represent all of us in our community. And so remember, if it's important to you, it's important at It's Happening Out. And we'll be here every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. And good night, LGBTQ America.
I'll swallow that.